Report card. We're 3 days in with virtually all the players off the board. John, go to the next topic you want to put up there.
Yeah, report card. I'd love to see you as a school teacher.
Oh. Damn it. Why did you fail that test?
Sean Lee.
Free agent winners. Let's start with who I think has done well the first 3 days. New coach, Chicago. Bright young quarterback, didn't have a lot to work with, Caleb Williams. I thought the Bears had a really good couple of days in free agency. They traded for the Rams starting left guard, Jonah Jackson. They traded for Kansas City former Pro Bowl left guard, left tackle, Joe Thuney. And then they signed Drew Dolman, starting center, Atlanta Falcons. In a span of 1 day, they fixed their offensive line in front of Caleb Williams. Nice. I thought Chicago did very well. New England, they signed 8 free agents in the first day of free agency. And these are all Mike Vrabel personality type players, nice. Which means we're coming to work with a lunch pail and we're going to hit you. If we have to use the lunch pail and a shovel to hit you in the head, we will. They got Milton Williams, the really good young defensive tackle from Philadelphia. They got Carlton Davis, longtime cover corner, Tampa Bay, Detroit Lions. Robert Spillane, starting inside linebacker, very active. He came from the Raiders. Those are some of the marquee names. Like I said, they got 8. 6 of them were starters on other teams' defenses. So that's what Vrabel hauled into New England. They're probably not done. Buffalo didn't have a lot of cap space after they gave Josh Allen all the money on the Niagara Frontier. But yet, in a 12-hour span, they went and got Joey Bosa of the Chargers to be the other defensive end in a pass rush. And they got Josh Palmer, the big wide receiver who makes plays downfield, yards after catch. Got to keep him healthy. But that's 6'5" of, I think, proven commodity from the Chargers. If you're asking me in retrospect if I'm the Chargers, I think I'd rather have the younger Josh Palmer than the 31-year-old Mike Williams, who's now got a history of injuries.
Good call.
Good call. Damn right, good call. Came from me. So that's where we are in Buffalo. They made 2 significant acquisitions. Denver put guys on a flight out of San Francisco. They got Dre Greenlaw, the linebacker from the 49ers. They got the young safety and special teams guy, Tala Hafanga from San Francisco. Those are 2 acquisitions of athletes who can run and play for the defense. At the last minute, they got Ev Ingram, pass-catching tight end, Jacksonville. Prior to that with the New York Giants, can be productive in what Sean Payton is running. And they got Trent Sherfield, who was kind of lost in the mix of all the skill people they had in Minnesota. He's a pretty good young wide receiver, so they've added him to go with Courtney Sutton. I think Sean Payton had a really good free agent haul in Denver. In Kansas City, they changed a whole bunch of things. Now, they lost a bunch of players. I was a little surprised at how many guys defected from KC, but what they did was they turned around and changed the persona. They went out and they got Elijah Mitchell, tough guy, bigger body running back from San Francisco. He's going to be their heavy-duty guy to go with Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. He's been productive as a cameo appearance guy in San Francisco. Kansas City got him. They got Christian Fulton, the starting cornerback who can run, very athletic. He comes from the Chargers. They got Jalen Moore, big young left tackle San Francisco had developed. He's the one that's going to try to solve the problems at left tackle in Kansas City. Now, they lost some people, which kind of surprised me. Justin Reed, strong safety, vacated. He went to New Orleans. Justin Watson, their third wide receiver groups, always productive when they threw the ball to him. He wound up going to Houston. Terrell Wharton, big inside wide body defensive tackle. He defected, and they lost D'Angelo Hopkins. He wound up going to the Washington Commanders. So they subtracted veterans. Wharton's not a veteran. Wharton's a really young player. Anyhow, they've changed that. I thought Kansas City did well. I thought Minnesota did really well. Now, they had needs. They went out and got 2 inside defensive tackles. They got Jonathan Allen, and he is a huge guy. Former high number 1 pick, made a lot of money, played a lot for the Washington Commanders. They got Javon Hargrove. He had been hurt in San Francisco before getting hurt. He was a pretty pricey free agent acquisition, but the Vikings passed him on the physical. So they got 2 inside defensive tackles, and then they went and got offensive line protection for their quarterback. We're not sure who their quarterback's going to be right now, but they got Ryan Kelly, the Pro Bowl center from Indianapolis, and they got Will Friars, big offensive guard from Indianapolis. Minnesota, I thought did a good job. Green Bay didn't have a lot of cap space, but they went to San Francisco and they got Aaron Banks, very good guard, and they're the ones that took the radio cornerback Nathan Hobbs. So those are hot names. Those are the teams I think had the best week so far in NFL free agency, and they all had critical needs and they filled them. So, John, I threw a lot of names on the board. You should have come prepared. Where's your list?
You got the detailed. I don't know. You must have made great crib notes when you were like in high school.
This is my cheat sheet. I do this for every club, all their acquisitions, and I have another page that has all the defections, club by club. So this is my cheat sheet. John, you can't do this just off the top of your, well, you probably can.
This is amazing. It's like a 4-point font size. I mean, I can't believe you can write that small.
Well, some of us are pretty good.
Yeah, and it's legible. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, John, I threw a lot of names at you. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I like the fact that the young quarterbacks in Chicago and Boston are going to have an offensive line to protect them, and we can see what these guys could be. But the remaining 5 teams are all playoff teams. So is this a case of the smart GMs just outsmarting everybody, or is it a case of they're already playoff teams? They have less holes to fill, and they were successful in filling the hole.
Probably a combination of both things. One, they know their needs, and they use free agency to fill the odd need they have in Buffalo. Then the flip side of that is that player, Joey Bosa, he wants a chance at a Super Bowl, and he's made a lot of money. So I'll go to Buffalo on a reduced contract. He wound up signing for $12 million, which is a far cry from the $26 million he made with the Chargers. But what you got is a GM says, okay, I'll slot 1 or 2 free agents that can fill these 2 holes on my very good team. And the player says, I want to finish my career with a winner. So that's how you connect the dots to some of those guys.
Nice. This is like Sayal and Harrison going there.
Exactly. Going to New England back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the ones that did really well.